Hello, all my people. And if you're watching live, checking us out on YouTube, or listening on your favorite podcast provider, you are most definitely my people. Welcome to another episode of Botch Spots and Chair Shots. I'm your host, a chef by trade and mark by choice. I am the Will Gray, and joining me tonight, making his Botch Spots and Chair Shots debut. However, he is a long time veteran of Botch Pitch Trivia. It's our boy Tommy. Tommy, how are you, sir?
What is up? I'm great. How are y'all?
Good, just enjoying the night, hanging out, getting rolling. Just adapting on the fly because that's what we do. Also joining me tonight, perched upon the Iron Throne of the Boss Bitch's Corner. She's the Hope to my Beyonce, the Bonnie to my Clyde. She's the brains behind the operation. She's the Boss Bitch, Miss Al. Al, how are you?
I'm good. I'm off strike.
Off strike? You're back at 100%. How you feeling? Everything good? You okay?
Sure.
Sure.
Got new headphones?
You do. They look great. The blue, dashing. Tommy, it's your first time on the show. You've seen us do it, though. I'm going to ask the golden question now. It's how we open every show. What has you pissed off for greatness, sir? What has you the most worked up this week? Good, bad, indifferent, anything otherwise?
All right, so I may get a lot of hate for this one, but the whole Jade Cargill thing. I don't know why, but it's everybody's Jade Cargill this, Jade Cargill that, Jade Cargill this. And it's just worked me up where I don't even care about wrestling at this point. Because every time I watch it, it's like, oh, hey, look, Jade Cargill. Hey, look, Jade Cargill. Like, who cares?
Oh, everybody cares because she's a beast.
I get why they care because it's a big deal. ESPN reported it. It made her look larger than life, larger than pro wrestling. But at the same time, hey, Dad Hat, it's good to see you too, Bubba.
What's up, Dad Hat?
I feel like with ESPN reporting what happened and the way it did, it made her larger than life. So for that to have been the case, it was like they have to continue that trend. And whether they use her or not, putting her on the big stage and showing her is that way to keep her fresh in our minds constantly.
True.
So, Tommy, Al, Dad says hi.
Hi, Dad.
Al, what about you?
Well, I'm pissed off that I'm going to feed off of what Tommy said a little bit. That they had Jade come to Fastlane, put her in full gear, like she was ready to go in the ring, and we literally saw her for 15 seconds.
Yeah, it didn't even do anything.
Yeah, you could have at least let her speak, cut a promo, do something. That gear was fire, and I feel like it was wasted because she was only on the screen for 15 minutes.
At least, at the end of the women's championship match,
have
her walk out and just be seen,
Shadow says you're going to get us hit for AEW trademarks on Full Gear. So Dad Hat's in the chat. He'll appreciate this because of World Championship Wreckage. Free shout out for the WCW history side project that me and him work on together. When the Outsiders debuted in WCW in 1996, and I know that's way back before some of y'all watched the sport, but me and him have had this debate regularly on the show of whether or not they threw them in there too quickly. Like, could they have had that burn? Because from the time they debuted to Bash at the Beach 96 was only 6 weeks. Could they have drawn it out further and longer, made it more intense? And I think what WWE is trying to do here with Jade is they showed her in the PC. You know what I mean? And they've hinted at it for NXT. And now she was at Fastlane. And the more they tease where Jade might be, is, it keeps everybody on their toes with, where she actually might show up. So it's just a marketing ploy. That's really it. That's at least the way I think about it.
I feel like right now they need the ratings of going ahead and putting her on TV. Like, I feel like they don't need to wait too long, like they did with that stupid uh Veer shit.
Oh, is Veer coming?
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If it takes you that long to come, you're not doing it right. That's just pure and simple, just facts of the game. If it takes you that long to come, you're not doing it right. My pissed off for greatness this week is just short and sweet and to the point. Keep Taylor Swift out of pro wrestling. I don't know who in the fuck thought it was a good idea to be in that press room last night for that faux pas of a press media scrum that WWE tried to pull off last night. But one of the guys in the press room asked Io Sky about what she thought if Taylor Swift decided to challenge for her title. And that is the most bullshit clickbait way to grab ass I've ever seen in my life. It's a bullshit attempt at journalism, and I think that person should feel really yucky about their decisions.
I don't disagree.
Well, that was a short, sweet, and easy round of pissed off for greatness. None of us are really that worked up. I like it. Should be a nice, easy transition and smooth sailing. Al, this is your part now. News and rumors. What you got for us? Let's see what's going on in the world.
First thing, William Patrick Corbin stamps his first NWA affiliation on Exodus Pro Wrestling, bringing back what he says will be the rebirth of the American territories. NWA Exodus Pro will have a territory title called the NWA Exodus Pro Heavyweight Champ. That's a fucking mouthful. In the same vein as the Mid-Atlantic title or Mid-South titles back in the day. They need to fucking shorten that name. That's a lot.
Was that the end of it?
Yeah.
So, Tommy, I'm going to tee this one off if it's okay, because I wrote that headline.
Go right ahead, bud.
I was scrolling through X, because to me, I'll never stop calling it Twitter. And when somebody calls it X, have you ever noticed it makes them sound like they're a cop? They're the same people who call Gatorade by the name of the drink, not the color. It's like nobody calls it Glacier Freeze, you fucking narc. But I was scrolling on there, and the NWA posted it that Billy and EC3 were at the Exodus Pro Wrestling show in Ohio. And I was like, why the fuck is Billy at some random outlaw show in Ohio? And it's because I said last night on Smacking It Raw, he bought this indie promotion, and that's not what happened. They're kind of bringing this indie promotion on under the NWA banner. And what they're going to do is they're going to run them similarly to the way they did back in the day, where the NWA would be made up of 8, 10, 12, 16 different territories. Billy's plan is to dub NWA Exodus Pro and then find another territory. And what he's going to do is branch out and have all these developmentals throughout the country that are feeding to the NWA machine. So he's going to rebrand territories all over the country as NWA territories. Tommy, do you know anything about the NWA?
Well, no. My honesty, no.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I've
Sammy, thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the Dickosaurus Rex. What?
I said I've looked into it like bits and pieces, but I haven't really dove in depth wise to watch NWA.
Al, what do you think about it? I know you're recently acquainted with the NWA. We've done some work with them. We've got to see the Crockett Cup. We've seen tapings. We're going to a taping the week before my birthday in November. When you see that the NWA is wanting to strike back to the old days, like they're in fucking Waterloo again and it's 1945, what do you think about Billy bringing territory titles back, bringing these independents back, and kind of making that umbrella of the NWA bigger?
Honestly, I'm here for it. As long as they pick up quality indie promotions and not shitty ones like the ones that are here. I said what I said. Anyways, I think it's a good way to bring some prestige back to the indie scene, because they're going to want to do better, because they're going to want the NWA to pick them up.
our boy Tom from Down Under with the Broadcast brings up a good point. The old NWA Wild Side stuff, what they were doing back then, this is back when like Ian Rotten's IWA Mid-South and stuff was an NWA affiliate, and they were really at that point willing to work with just about anybody. So I hope what they do is they find that bridge between the two to where they're not bringing on any Tom, Dick, and Harry Mudd show to be an NWA promotion, but they're also not, being so picky about it that we get one every 5 years, because I don't think it'll matter at that rate. This is going to be one of those things where they're going to need to do it, not with a haste, but they're going to need to do it quickly so they can gain some traction with it and people start talking. Something like that.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
What's next?
What's next is let's talk about how fucked up Jay and Cody were at that.
Did you see it, Tommy?
I watched up until like right before they went on, and then I went to sleep. I seen LA Knight and Cena, and then Io Sky, and that was it.
Sammy, hydrate. Dr. Pepper cream soda Dr. Pepper tonight, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
my favorite.
I'm still waiting for that Dr. Pepper sponsorship. All the DP. You guys look thirsty. Thanks, Sammy. What are we talking about?
How fucked up Cody and
Jay. That's
Jay.
it. AJ, that was my pissed off for greatness. Jay and Cody. I'm in the middle here. Okay. I liked the idea of Jay and Cody having fun with it and doing their thing. Them winning the tag titles, though, like this is that connecting point. Everybody was like, how's Cody going to get from Monday night to Fridays where it makes sense and it doesn't make WWE look dumb? So you know what they do? They put the undisputed tag titles on him, and now the man can go around anywhere and it makes sense. So I don't think as a fan, I want the tag titles on Cody Rhodes, but it makes sense story-wise. However, if we get the Cody Rhodes we got last night, guys, the hanging out, drinking tequila, smoking blunts, Cody Rhodes, like I could get behind that American Nightmare. That's a guy I think I could party with. He likes high-end tequila. I drink high-end bourbon. Jay and him were smoking blunts. I like smoking blunts. It's a win. It's a win.
It's the American dream.
That is the American dream. Smoking blunts, shooting bourbon, winning titles. That's the American dream.
I'm gonna need you to like tweet that.
That's the tweet. Smoking
the
blunts, shooting bourbon, winning titles. The American dream. That's it. Now as we close another episode of Botched Boxing. I'm just
Oh, we're done?
Ooh, the secret playlist is almost done for Tuesday. Shameless plug for Nerdy News. The official executive producer for Nerdy News at 420, AJ Hoover, has put together a playlist for Tuesday that'll be pure blind reactions from me and Bo. We have no idea what he's putting on this playlist for us. It'll be so much fun. Definitely a tune in and check out. Al, I'm sorry, it is your show.
So remember, like when Jay came to Raw. What did I say to you that day? What did I say?
I don't know.
I literally said they should put Jay and Cody in a tag team, and that's how Cody gives back to Roman.
I don't want to sound cocky when I say this, but I'm overly arrogant. And anybody who knows me knows that. I feel like WWE has out like the house and Scal's house bugged because they're 100% listening to what we're talking about.
Or we're just good at predicting the stories.
I am a great writer. I'm just saying.
But, you know, I don't know.
Patty smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? We smoke the blunts. $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. Sorry, Al, it's your show.
But what do I know? You know, I don't know anything about pro wrestling.
Yes, Sammy, I know about that life. Jay and Silent Bob, man.
In an interview with BBM Sports,
BBC Sports.
BBM.
Oh. Tommy got excited. I said his 3 favorite letters. He said, what?
The
What?
Great Muta teased the possibility of WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah working together now that both companies share air on ABEMA in Japan.
Hold on a second. Did you hear that? Do you guys hear it? Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show unexpectedly, but we love him. It's everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja. Bo's here, guys.
I'm sorry, guys. I was running late. I was at a baby shower.
Another one?
No, it's the same one.
I was at the same baby shower, just ran a little late.
I'm glad you're here. I didn't expect you to show. Me and Tommy and Al, we were like, we can do this without him. I think we can manage. But Bo's here now. So we got to catch you up.
Yes.
Do you have a pissed off for greatness?
FTR didn't win. FTR losing the fucking titles of Ricky Starks.
Yes.
That's a good one. I accept that.
Like that right there. Free TV. You let FTR drop the fucking belt on free TV.
Wow.
Now I like the headset, by the way. I don't mean to. Here's something for greatness. Al's headset is on fucking point.
That's a dope ass headset, Al.
It is.
That's a greatness.
The headset is greatness. Billy Corgan starting new NWA territories. Yay or nay?
Yay, because I want the territory system to come back. I think it's good, one, to help get the name out of get the NWA out there a little more. And it also helps these smaller companies build their names also.
Bingo. On the same page per the usual. What was the last one we just did?
How do you feel about fucked up Cody and Jay?
At the press release.
I'm down for it. Let the boys pop some bottles.
That's did you see the TikTok I made, Bo?
Yes.
I have been popping bottles myself today. So
see, that's why I'm glad you were able to make it. That's what I was more excited about, is because I knew you had been enjoying your day. So I was like, man, I hope I get Bo on camera tonight.
Didn't you go to a baby shower last week?
No, I didn't do anything last week.
Yeah.
I could have sworn. Maybe we were talking about this week.
He's been talking about this baby shower for a week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
We did a chug challenge where we had to try to chug beer out of a baby bottle.
Did you win?
You lost.
3 plugs already plugged in, which
Hey, tell her not to worry about it.
Tom, you don't know my life.
You don't know
No,
my
I do
life.
know your life.
I'm talking to Pops. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sure
I
that
know
was.
that voice. So
Al,
Um,
we're back around to you.
So, repeat what I said. In an interview with BBM Sports, the Great Muta teased the possibility of WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah working together now that both companies' shows air on ABEMA in Japan. Do you think WWE will actually work with somebody else?
I think WWE shit the bed with New Japan, and I'm not sure that New Japan will work with WWE ever again. There's the whole Jushin Thunder Liger thing coming to NXT, them agreeing that they would, kind of start with the idea of working together as long as they didn't steal talent. And then the very next month, WWE signs AJ Styles and signs Shin. And New Japan was kind of like, thanks, but no thanks. We don't want anything to do with that. So if they want to work with a Japanese promotion, Noah might be their only option.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think Noah at this point is their only option, because they do have that Great Muta connection too.
Yeah, also true.
Next, on Pat LaPrade's podcast, PCO said Impact Wrestling has already discussed trying to sign Matt Riddle, Dolph Ziggler, and Mustafa Ali.
I think Riddle would be, or not Riddle. I'm sorry, Mustafa Ali would be a good fit. And what was the other one? The third one?
Ziggler.
Ziggler would be. I think Ziggler should go to AEW. I think Mustafa Ali needs to go to New Japan, and I think Matt Riddle needs to go to Pornhub.
Matt Riddle needs to go to rehab.
Then Pornhub.
Mustafa Ali needs to go home for a little bit, train, relax, let him do his thing, and then he needs to debut for New Japan during the Best of the Super Juniors, which would be like for them to announce the bracket, and one of the bracket members is Mustafa Ali, would be like you'd have not only casual fans probably tune in for that G1, but you'd have your hardcore WWE fans tune in for that G1 just to see how Mustafa does.
I think if Mustafa Ali showed up on the G1 list or in the Super Juniors list, I 1000% would be more invested in that tournament just to see how somebody like an ex-WWE guy would do. Because it's been a long time since we've had ex-WWE guys in that tournament like that.
I think Ziggler's done wrestling, and he's going to focus on doing his comedy stuff.
I'll buy a ticket to go see it.
I would go see him.
Me too.
Shadow brings up Jake Paul is apparently interested in fighting Riddle. Do you think Riddle would get into the Jake Paul fight scene? Tommy, that's the nightlife side of things with your career path. Like that's a lot of what they do. They do a lot of that, like the same kind of marketing and stuff that nightlife does. Do you think Jake Paul and Matt Riddle would be a big draw because of the names alone?
I don't know about Matt Riddle. Just for the sake of, there's not a lot of people who know who Matt Riddle is if you didn't watch wrestling or anything like that. But anything with the name, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, anything like that, like people are down to pay for it. People are down to go watch it. People will spend money to go watch, Jake Paul fight. So I think anything with his name on it that they put in a bar, people will go watch.
Do they want to fight MMA or do they want to fight boxing?
Hasn't been decided yet.
MMA, my money's on Riddle.
Listen, I will pay money to watch anybody kick Matt Riddle's ass.
100% chance.
Oh, I would pay for that, but if you're going to throw him in the UFC in an octagon, I give the advantage to Riddle with him having that jiu-jitsu background.
Oh yeah, if you throw him in an octagon, I don't think Paul has a remotely chance to even to put up a good fight.
I don't know. I don't want to sound bad when I say this because Riddle had that one really great knockout on the Ultimate Fighter where everybody talked about it for like 5 minutes. His career post Ultimate Fighter wasn't super great. He wasn't super established. And then he went into pro wrestling, and I love pro wrestling. I'm not taking anything away from the athleticism it takes to be a pro wrestler. But there's a huge difference between training to be a pro wrestler and training to be an MMA fighter. So if you take a subpar professional MMA fighter and you let him get super rusty and on top of that completely retrain your body to be a pro wrestler, I think Jake Paul would have the edge on Matt Riddle.
But in an octagon, would Jake Paul have the edge if Matt Riddle was able to get him to his back? If Matt Riddle's able to get Jake Paul on the ground, Matt Riddle's jiu-jitsu background and his Brazilian martial arts might take effect to that end.
Scissor me, daddy, just, yeah.
If you can keep it standing, Jake Paul.
I have funny. Matthew Riddle's middle name. It's Cassandra.
Matthew Cassandra.
Cassandra. Cassandra. Cassandra.
That's some boy named Sue type shit, yo.
That's a Johnny Cash song right there.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't never heard one.
How mad would you be if your daddy named you Cassandra?
And can he use his real name? Like, I thought, like, WWE is very anti people using their real names.
No, they signed Matt Riddle as Matt Riddle, and he never went through the WWE, like, the identity crisis like some of the other people do. He got to keep his name.
The most they did was change. They just dropped the Matt and called him Riddle for a while.
They just called him Riddle for a long time, and then they brought back because when Trips took over after Vincent Kennedy McMahon stepped down. They started bringing back like Tommaso Ciampa came back, Matt Riddle came back, Riddick Moss came back, Johnny Gargano. He came back, but we weren't as happy about that one.
I was happy.
I know you love Gargano. There's only a few
love
things
me
you and I disagree on, and I think Johnny Gargano may be at the top of that list. Al, what you got for us?
On October 1st,
Another great one. I'm sorry, Al.
Adam Copeland files trademark for Legend, the Iconoclast, the Rogue, and Cope.
Cope.
And but sadly, no trademarks were filed for Sex and Hardcastle. I feel like that's a porn star name.
That 100% is a porn star name.
There was a day in class where like, hey, we need a wrestling name. He's like, fuck. Porn.com. All right. Section Hardcastle.
Go back and watch his stuff with NXT. I've seen a lot of Gargano stuff in NXT, and I was always a bigger Ciampa fan. I see the appeal for Johnny Gargano. He's just not my flavor of Kool-Aid. It's a different conversation for a different day. It just wasn't my favorite. What's up, Jax?
I don't do this a lot, but I'm going to have to totally disagree with Scouts.
Why?
If you want to, not saying the Gargano and Ciampa were not good feud, but if you want to find your love for Johnny Gargano, Jakara and Evolve.
I was gonna say, weren't we watching Shikara the other day when we saw
those are the two
Mohawk
promotions.
Gargano?
Yeah, when he was teaming with Chuck Taylor.
Fucking what a weird tag team. When I saw them, when I got into the stream and you were watching that on Twitch, I was like, wait a second. Johnny Gargano and Chuck Taylor, like Chuck Taylor from Best Friends. Yes, that Chuck Taylor used to be a tag team partner with Johnny Gargano.
Interesting. I do think it's a huge missed opportunity that Chuck Taylor does not wear Chuck Taylors. But I digress.
That is a missed opportunity.
Iconoclast is probably the stupidest name I think I've ever heard.
That sounds like the name of a Ford mid-sized, like mid-tier family sedan. The Ford Iconoclast. 4 doors with ample trunk space. 46 miles to a gallon. Like the Ford Iconoclast.
46? That's pretty fucking good. Mariah May finished up with Stardom over the weekend. She teased that her next destination might not be her home in the United Kingdom, turning up the volume on talk that she could debut for AEW soon.
Who?
Mariah May. I have no idea who she is.
Spell it for me. I want to look at a picture.
Maria May. May.
Mariah May. I've literally never seen this person before in my life. I don't have an opinion based off of it. If she goes to AEW, you know my biggest worry?
She's going to get lost?
She looks like every other person in AEW right now. Like, there's nothing about her that says to me she's going to stand out in a crowd.
Do you want to share with class what she looks like?
She looks like a generic person.
Yeah.
Which one's her?
We're just cruising on our Instagram now, live on air, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa!
Are we sure that's her?
Are this the same person?
I don't know.
You might want to type wrestler after her name onto Google.
Why would it not be her? Whoa!
Oh, yeah, see?
She's still getting lost in the shuffle.
For sure.
I like the brunette boar. She looks like Tiffany Stratton.
She does.
Yeah, the 4 and ace. I don't really know. She does look like Tiffany Stratton.
She looks like every other
She would get lost in the shuffle.
AEW wrestler.
Exactly. That's the point. There's nothing about. You know who would stand the fuck out in AEW?
Maxie Impaler.
Or Abaddon. Boom. Both of those
Dude,
women.
bring
could go in.
Abaddon back so bad.
Jesus, I love Abaddon. Max, did you see what I retweeted the other day where Max showed up at that? It was if Stardom is to New Japan, it was All Japan's women's division. Okay. And she showed up at their version of the women's G1 and like flipped tables over and like was grunting and threw the TV title at the competitor and like scratched her name on the contract and grunted and walked out. And everybody in the crowd, including the defending champion, was just like, oh, fuck. It was amazing.
Amazing.
I love Maxine Paler. She should be everywhere. They should be everywhere.
BWE has teased that WWE is making subtle hints at CM Punk during promos and interviews on WWE television, like during the Seth Rollins interview on Monday. Corey Graves says that that's not actually happening, but
This is one of those 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, because BWE says one thing, and then Sean Ross Sapp says that the WWE people are saying it's not happening on purpose. Okay? They're just doing their thing. So in my head, BWE's going, they're doing it to tease CM Punk, and then the WWE side is going, it's not happening on purpose, which means it's still fucking happening.
well, no. Corey Graves said it wasn't a tease for Punk. Like he's saying that that's not what happened. Not that Punk's not coming, just that like it wasn't a tease.
Can we normalize understanding the fact that the people who work for the company are going to lie to us about it? Of course, Corey Graves isn't going to be like, you know what, guys? You figured it the fuck out. I was talking about CM Punk the whole time. Like, that's not what he's going to do. He's going to tell you, no, I'm not talking about Punk. You know? Just normalize the fact that the company's going to lie to us. It's all about kayfabe.
So, with that being said, do you guys really think he's gonna? Is he really coming?
The most recent thing Graves said that was what he referred was Dusty Rhodes and not CM Punk. I love Dusty Rhodes, so I'm fine with that. Yeah. Do I think he's going to come to WWE?
Maybe.
I'd probably say I'm 60-40 right now. Bo, where are you at with it?
I don't care if he shows up or if he doesn't.
You're
Like,
like, I'm going to show up on Sunday. I'm going to talk about wrestling, whether or not.
Yeah, like I'm gonna watch it. If Punk does it, to me, Punk doesn't justify if I turn my TV on. Like I don't care if he's on my product or not. If he's there, cool. If he's not, cool.
Scals brings up a good point. A lot of shit needs to happen. We talked about it the other night. For him to come back, he's got to make amends with Triple H, and he's got to make amends with Seth, and he's got to make amends with Roman. And there's like a list of 3, 4, 5 people deep that he's got to go kiss and make up with. And the question is, it's like, you remember that old show, My Name is Earl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he goes back and he wants to like make amends and do like make everything
Yeah, it
right.
was karma.
It was karma. I don't know if CM Punk has enough time to repay all the debts of people he's done wrong in Connecticut. That's my worry, is if the people there are going to be willing to go, okay, fuck it, come back, Phil. We love you.
Yeah. Well, that took care of that headline
What?
about like Punk would have to go on an apology tour before he could come back.
Oh, I didn't mean to steal your
You're
thunder.
fine. I'm just giving you shit. Per PW Insider, Jade Cargill is expected to be on the Monday Night Raw roster. Not that brand splits matter. When she debuts for WWE, which could happen by the end of the month. The sooner the better, in my opinion.
Agreed. I'm tired of hearing about it.
I said the day that she went Will 3.0. I said the day that she was reportedly signed, she was listed internally as soon as possible for her debut. And the fact that they're saying that she's set to debut as soon as like next week or whatever, like that just affirms it. Everything that I was told said that when she got there wasn't a whole lot of like refining or sanding away the edges that had to be done. She was pretty much TV ready walking in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I repeat the fact, and since Scowls is there in the chat, that they listen to everything we say and do, apparently, because he and I have been on a hot streak as of late.
Brian Pillman Jr. possibly debuting next week, and was given the impression that no real plans for the second generation star have been discussed beyond his buzzy vignette. So they're going to debut him, but they don't have a plan for him.
Tommy, do you even know who Brian Pillman Jr. is?
He's going to NXT, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know who his dad is? Do you remember his dad?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Wasn't Pillman in AEW for a while?
Yeah, he was in the Hollywood Blondes. He was with what's the girl's name? Al. She's in House of Black. Julia Hart.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, it's Julia Hart. He was with Julia Hart, Griff Garrison in the Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I saw a rumor that there were talks that Odyssey Jones might join Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Odyssey Jones. We'll come back to this, AJ. Let's finish up what we're talking about. What do you think about Pillman and AEW, Jax? Do you think NXT was the right move to send him there first? Did he need the sandpaping and the rough around the edges that I was saying Jade didn't need? Like, is Pillman having the same thing?
He needs it because he didn't get near the time Jade got TV wise in AEW. So he needs it more to get familiarized with the WWE way shit runs. I think once he gets familiarized with that, he'll be main roster bound.
Easy money. I can agree with that. I think that he won't need a ton of NXT time, but I think he could use a little bit to get that WWE system down.
Yeah.
So with him debuting in NXT before, do you think he makes the title run in NXT before he makes it to the main roster?
I think depends on how his character's booked, because if they book him as like the loose cannon Brian Pillman Jr., which is the appearance of the vignettes that they've done and kind of the direction they're going with it, that like wild second generation star, like if they go with him being the loose cannon, I don't think he necessarily has to have a title as long as they portray him to be bigger than the title.
Okay.
Does that make sense by saying that? If they like what was a good person that didn't need a title push? You know what I mean? I can't think of one right offhand, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say.
I understand. I'm trying to think of one.
Yeah. Dragon Lee was called up to SmackDown. I saw that. I'm a big Dragon Lee fan. While we think about champions who didn't, or people who didn't need belts, Odyssey Jones might join Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Al, you saw Odyssey Jones work some dark matches at SmackDown, I think was when we saw him. And then he got drafted, and then we never saw him on TV. He was in the NXT breakout tournament, then we never saw him again. Like, what do you think about Odyssey Jones joining the Almighty Profits?
To be fair, I have no recollection of who he actually is.
That's the point of what I'm saying. Bo, do you know who Odyssey Jones is?
Yeah, I know he is.
What do you think about him joining the Almighty Profits?
He doesn't fit.
No.
I just don't think he's a good fit.
I don't either. It wouldn't be bad, but I don't think what's the RN says it, but I'll say it in a very much more PC way. Just because they look alike doesn't mean they all have to be in the same faction together.
Yeah.
That's a very good RN says it all the time. He's a little bit more colorful about it. but I don't think they just necessarily have to be grouped together. Like that's counterproductive. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits make sense. Just throwing people in there doesn't make sense.
Agreed.
Al?
When asked about a reunion of the Way after Johnny Gargano's return to help Tommaso Ciampa this week, he replied, "Yes, soon." Do we actually think the Way is going to reunite?
I sure hope so.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, I do.
Is like remind me who was in the Way? Like, wasn't it like fucking?
Oh, the Way? No, I don't think the Way returns.
You think it's going to be DIY over the Way?
Yes.
He's saying the Way.
The Way was Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae. What was the other one's name? She was the NXT Women's Champion for a minute. Hurt her leg, got drafted, and now she's back. Australian lady, New Zealand.
Indy Hartwell.
Indy Hartwell, and then she married Dexter Loomis.
Wasn't
Indy Hartwell,
Theory
thank you,
in
AJ.
that?
Thank you, Tommy. Do what?
Wasn't Theory part of the Way?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
Yes, he was. Theory was Gargano's like right hand. Tonight marks 1 year since Bray returned. Was it? Oh yeah, Elimination or Extreme Rules last year. Indy Hartwell. What did you find out that was cool, Shadow? I said that to you guys, like y'all are gonna answer me like your Shadow.
I found out that I found out something cool today.
What'd you find out that was cool, Bo?
That you don't tie a string around your waist with another string and try to thrust a pacifier into your mouth. I did that for 45 minutes today.
Oh shit!
What?
It's in the Discord.
What's in the Discord?
What Shadow found out?
Oh shit. 1 year. That's cool. It's him and
Bo? Is that Bo?
I don't know.
I don't know who these people are.
I'm gonna show it. Was the Fiend in the real life puppets? That makes sense for Jason Baker to be the Fiend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's a super cool look.
Oh, that's the guy. The guy is the buzzard. That's the archive guy.
Oh yeah, it is from Forbidden Treasures.
Yeah, he's the
Hidden
archive
Treasures.
guy.
Yeah. He's British, isn't he?
I don't know that.
He looks British.
Why is it always in the box?
Jason. Yeah. I like Jason Baker. He was real active with what was the other dude's name? The guy who made the other masks. He was real active with Halloween. Tom Savini. Just regular ass people. So Bo, it goes along with what you were saying about who was the devil at AEW.
Yeah,
It was just regular ass people. Yep.
Well, here's a. I'm going to preface this before I read it, and I'm going to say that this is literally the stupidest tag team name I've ever heard in my fucking life. Okay?
Yeah.
Before Matt Riddle was fired by WWE, the company had significant plans for his tag team with Drew McIntyre, including merchandise designs with the tag team name McRiddle. That comes from the. This was reported by WrestleVotes.
Tommy got so excited when you said that.
I like
It's not
it.
a McGriddle. A McGriddle, Tommy.
A
Shut up.
McRiddle.
I like it.
We know you do.
It's
It
literally.
reminds you of food.
I hate Matt Riddle. It's also McRiddle almost sounds like they phoned it in.
1000%.
Like that's what they did. They phoned it in. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. That's kind of a dumb name, but it also sounds very much like the same people that RK Bro. They
I like
managed
that
to,
too.
they managed to get that over. So because when that first happened, I was like, this is dumb. Jax, there's somebody behind you. Watch out.
I know this. Fucking dick. Listen, I want them to stop calling like they straight up ripped off Burger King or McDonald's.
I know. Wow, they were gonna.
Which company's
I
bigger?
can't-
Is McDonald's worth more than WWE?
Yeah.
Probably. It's fucking
I
McDonald's.
don't know. Look
I
it
can't
up.
get over Allison's headset, man. It's all light and bright and everything.
Oh, whoa.
I've also had a couple tonight too, so everything's light and
Holy
bright for
fuck.
me right now.
With the merger, TKO Holdings, or it's the TKO group, is worth $21.8 billion. McDonald's Corp, $180 billion. So that's 9 times the value of WWE.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So McDonald's could buy WWE and still turn a profit this year. That's crazy to think about. Think about if Ronald McDonald had bought WWE.
We get McGriddle.
We would get the McGriddle.
Can I get a number 2, the McRiddle?
Can I supersize that? And for my Happy Meal, can we make sure it comes with an Intercontinental title, please?
Yeah, right. Can I get a slamming with that?
Or a straw?
A straw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand. There's a hand. So, it's your show.
There are claims that there was a lot of frustration in AEW regarding TBS's recent technical issues and the incorrect DVR listing that likely hurt Dynamite's viewership this week. Do we really think that the DVR shit being messed up actually like hurt their viewership?
Yes.
Why are you holding Jim
Really?
Cornette?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you holding Jim Cornette?
I don't know. Well, I saw you with the skeleton, so I wanted to get my toys too.
Spooky, scary skeletons should shiver down its spine. Rock it so they go, then rock it the
So I got my toys. What are we talking about?
Not Jim Cornette.
Not Jim
Do
Cornette.
you think that
The DVR stuff fucking with Dynamite's ratings. That's right. I'm back. I think what happened was like Ritter talked about it. He said it to record, and what he got was an hour and a half of Big Bang Theory with no wrestling. So I think what happened was the DVR mess ups, people recorded the wrong stuff, which did mess with the counts for the DVR counts for Dynamite. We know it did because Ritter didn't get to watch Dynamite. He had to wait for the replay the next day, which doesn't get the same view count as watching a DVR recording.
do you think he's going to try to pull this shit on Tuesday?
I think it's awfully suspicious, but it doesn't mess up the live view. No, it doesn't mess up the live view because DVR views are counted different. But live views, DVR views, and stream views on like demand the next day are all 3 counted different. It goes from live down the pedestal. So it is what it is.
The Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that Eric of the Viking Raiders is expected to be out for 6 months following surgery. So Ivar will be pushed as a singles wrestler for the time being. As long as we don't have Valhalla on our fucking screens, I don't give a fuck. So, there's that.
You in a room, 2 dogs, 4 horses, 1 giraffe laying in a bed, 3 chickens are flying over a chair. How many legs are on the ground? Your 2. The 4 on the
6.
bed is 6. The 4 on the chair is 10. So I would assume 10 would be the answer.
You forgot the duck?
They're all laying on the bed, so their feet aren't on the ground. The bed has feet on the ground, the chair has feet on the ground, and I had feet on the ground. That's 10 legs. Boom. Science.
Anywho, after FTR lost the title belts, Dax made a tweet that said, "What a run, love you all, top guys out." Today he clarified because everyone assumed that meant, oh my God, they're going to leave and they're going to go to WWE.
That was kind of my reaction because I posted the tweet on Instagram and was like, hey, bro, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah. Dax tweeted this morning, guys, I say top guys out all the time. We ain't going nowhere. This is our home.
Until 2027, and WWE pays them more money.
He does say top guys out in almost every tweet.
He does.
That's fine. I freaked out because I was like, whoa, you're my favorite tag team. You just lost a shoddy match, and now you're like top guys out. I'm not ready for this emotionally. As a fan, I didn't want FTR to leave. I need them.
Yeah. On this is what Triple H had to say about Edge leaving.
Yeah.
It's time. The time was right for him. The time was right for us. I think he had an amazing career and an amazing send-off here. I think he felt like he had done what there was to do. I wish him the very best. He said it the other day. There's no animosity here. There are no hard feelings. He's doing what's right for him and his family, and I'm happy for him. Very, very happy for him. I sent him that in a message. If you have to say that you're happy for somebody and that you send it to them in a text message, you're probably not happy for them.
I've said some really fake shit in text messages.
I still do say some really fake shit in text messages.
That's the best place to say fake shit is in your text messages because then it doesn't matter. It's almost like it's not even real.
Yeah.
That's if you're going to send some shady, half-hearted, like, good on you, champ. I hope you like the new job. Like, yeah, fuck yeah. Text message is the place to send that. Let me clarify. You're an adult. Don't ever break up with a girl via text or anything stupid. You're a man. Be a man. I didn't mean that. Hold on. Backtrack. If a bullshit employer's like, do you like your new job? Yeah, I'm going to text them. I'm not going to fucking call them or anything. That makes sense. If my old sous chef leaves me to get a new job, I'm going to text him and be like, man, how's that new job? I'm not going to call him and be like, man, are you happy? Like, no, fuck, you left me, homie. Bye.
You're like, are you happy?
Yeah.
My shit got all fuzzy.
You're all fuzzy. Carlito's back.
Woo.
Does anybody give a fuck?
Other than he came running to the ring late in full gear, I'm pretty sure the people at the airport were like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Like, first off, okay. Anybody who knows the way wrestling shows work, there were a couple plot holes in Fastlane that I want to bring up. One being Carlito running to the ring 13 minutes into a match.
And it automatically ending.
Yeah, and he pretty much going in and finishing the spot. Like, that was a little bit weird because it was like, was he just hanging out back there, like eating an apple or doing Carlito shit? The other plot hole is Jimmy and Jey Uso are supposed to hate each other and supposed to be like on site. Like, they're just chilling backstage at the pay-per-view, like eating lasagna and catering.
Man, the Bloodline got their own dressing room with their own catering. Throw the ones up.
Throw the ones up. Tommy, throw the fucking ones up.
I'll put the fucking one up. Thank you.
Speaking of Bloodline things, what do y'all think about Rhea kind of going after Roman a little bit?
You want to tee off, though?
That happened?
Yeah.
On SmackDown, she was like, acknowledge me. Like, I'm the tribal chief.
Oh.
Yeah, she looked at Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman was trying to call Roman for a situation.
And she was like, it's okay. I said it was okay.
I the tribal chief.
Yeah.
I the captain of this plane now.
She asked Paul to acknowledge her. I would love to see Rhea kick Roman's ass so hard.
Over or under 50% chance she gets to stand nose to nose with the tribal chief at some point?
Over 100%. She will
Over.
do it. She will do it at the end of War Games when their team loses.
Ooh.
So this is what's going to happen at War Game. We're going to have Team Cody Rhodes versus Team Roman in the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
The Bloodline's going to lose because of the Judgment Day. And so that's going to start like a little thing with the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline while they continue to build Cody versus Roman for Mania. Somebody clip that. But in this, you're
What's
going
up,
to see
Sean?
like Rhea and Roman face to face because Rhea is the head of the Judgment Day.
Do you think William Regal's non-compete clause possibly being over? Do we get him saying War Games for Survivor Series this year? I hope so.
I don't wish for a lot of things in life, but that's one thing I do wish for.
Hi,
Sean,
Sean.
we love you. Good to see you, Bubba. It's been over for like 8 months, according to Scouts. I don't know the terms of what his non-compete looked like, but I know he wasn't allowed on TV for a
year.
segment. Was it a full year?
Mhm.
I don't know for sure the details of when he left and all of that nonsense, so I don't have a dog in the fight. But Al and Scals are both real smart, so I trust them.
So, everyone and their mom has been teased for NXT on Tuesday. I don't think any of the actual NXT roster is going to be on NXT on Tuesday.
He just said you were right, and then you come out of here saying some shit like that.
Listen.
Scal's going to take it back.
Listen, they have Cena. Yes, Sean, Raw 2.0. It's going to be Monday Night Raw, the continuation. Because we're going to have Becky and the Judgment Day and Cena and maybe the fucking Undertaker because that's what we need. And Paul Heyman and Asuka and fucking Taylor Swift is going to appear.
I heard Jesus was coming. I heard Sean
Like-
Hickenbottom
I didn't hear
looked
that.
Jesus
Like,
Christ for
It's
NXT.
only a 2-hour show. When are they going to put the NXT people on the TV?
Undertaker, Brock
Commercials.
Lesnar, and Jesus Christ are all going to be on NXT on Tuesday.
And Taylor
my people.
Swift.
And Taylor Swift. Are there any Swifties in the chat? Anybody in the chat that actually likes Taylor Swift? I know you do, Bubba.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking them. I want to find out if people.
Raise your hand, Tommy.
Benoit's doing an open challenge cast.
Hello.
He knows we're the only show on the planet that would read that comment out because we're the only show with balls. I love my people. That's excluding some, but yeah.
Why does it make sense for Taker to be
Whoa.
there?
Tiff is the only one worth watching. Who is Tiffany Stratton? I do like Tiffany Stratton. She has a great moonsault. We don't.
Oh,
was
you
good
mean
to
if
see
there's a casket match?
Makes sense for Taker to be there. Taker's gonna be the guest enforcer for the Benoit casket match.
Oh, okay. Because otherwise, there's literally no reason for him to be there.
Best one. I'm making that up. I don't think there's actually a casket match on Tuesday.
No, I know.
Oh,
I said what? Like, what is the reason for Taker to be there? Literally, no.
So there's not a casket match?
because there's
No.
not a casket match and there needs to
Ratings.
be ratings. That's 100. Tommy, that's the best thing you said all
Okay.
night, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. Where'd it go?
Most of you have heard
There
my
it
little spiel
What's up?
about how I feel about what they're doing to NXT. But I haven't gotten to say it on a show yet.
Ooh.
So, here we go.
Lay back and grab my vape pen and my Dr. Pepper for this one.
So, I know that they're trying to get a new fucking TV deal. But taking all of your main event cash cows and putting them on your struggling show to boost the ratings is not going to keep the ratings up the entire time. The fucking people that are doing the deal know that these are fluffy ratings and are not fucking real. maybe instead of bringing these people from over here down here, make these people fucking better. I don't know. Invest in, do more in training, do more in marketing, do more in building up these fucking gimmicks and not doing shitty bullshit.
Shitty bullshit.
Like, oh, Tiffany Stratton's a spoiled little rich girl. She sounds like a wrestler I want to fucking watch. The only reason anybody pays any fucking attention to her is because she's got a fat ass.
Hey.
Same with Nikita. Like, I'm telling you, like, if make gimmicks that are actually worth watching.
Those are perfectly worth watching.
Scout said I'm going to stay quiet so we don't have another issue like Wednesday.
I just want them to make NXT good on its own without having to bring in other people. Like, I want NXT to be good. I'm not saying, like, fuck NXT. I want NXT to be good. So stop bringing these people from over here and just make this better.
I agree with some of what you're saying. Some of it made me giggle. Tell me you don't watch without actually saying it.
I personally don't prefer the gimmicks on NXT. I think they're incredibly cheesy. So I do watch it. I think the gimmicks are really cheesy. They're not what I prefer. It doesn't mean that others don't like it. I just think that the gimmicks are really fucking cheesy.
Hey.
I think that they need to take away the concept that there are brand splits. If they eliminate brand splits altogether, then it wouldn't matter who goes to what show, when, why, or where. But because WWE builds this fictitious world in their universe where they have brand splits and these drafts and free agents and titles can only be on certain shows, and then people go wherever they want anyways, because who would have thought you would have to bolster ratings to make your TV deals viable?
No.
Who would have thought that? So the whole idea of building brand splits when you have your whole network and universe split between two channels, you're not ever going to be able to do a viable brand split when Fox and USA are fighting over which talent shows up on what show, because those Fox executives who are paying all that money are going to go, we want the best talent. USA, having Raw and NXT, are going to go, we want all the best talent. You're not ever going to make both sides of that coin happy. Therefore, eliminate brand splits altogether and just book your stories. Then it doesn't matter if Becky Lynch is on NXT, but if she's a Raw talent, because there isn't Raw talent. There are stories in the WWE that branch across all of their TV programs. Imagine that. So what the fuck got over in the 90s during the Attitude Era?
I mean, it works in fucking AEW. But Sean, they are putting everything on USA. What is it? After next year, SmackDown will be moving to USA. But like,
oh really?
Nothing works.
Nothing works in AEW.
But you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for like NXT being its own brand.
Yeah.
They need to rename it because the name itself inherently means developmental, because they're the next group of talent. Like, change the fucking name, take away the brand splits, and this whole thing is fine. I just, yeah. And I feel the same way about Ring of Honor too. Like, stop putting Ring of Honor titles on AEW talent.
Tommy, can you wave? Can you do it with me? Hold on.
So, if you're gonna have brand splits or company splits, then it's not completely different at all.
I'm confused.
No, you did it. Those are two separate companies. See, I agree in a sense. NXT is WWE. That's why if WWE, I agree with what Al says. The basis of what NXT was built as was we're next, meaning we're not currently there yet. You know what I mean? By definition, that's what that means. I don't personally, I love the NXT brand black and gold, but it has changed. But the NXT brand itself was built around the idea of being developmental. Therefore, as long as it's NXT, the people there will always be seen as developmental. And that's just, a hard-headed way of looking at it. Did I consider black and gold as developmental? I did. And in 2019, when they did Survivor Series and they started building viable stories that branched across all three brands, and they booked NXT black and gold really heavily, they started what I felt like was the development of what NXT was going to become. Because if you think about it in 2020, when they said it's going to be a 2-branded Survivor Series again, how pitchforked ready was the IWC. They hated that idea. And that was the slow decline from there of NXT going back to full developmental 2.0 and stuff. And now we're slowly getting that build back up to where black and gold was 4 years ago.
Either way.
So I'm not gonna lie, it's a little off topic, but I feel really dumb right now because I just realized that NXT meant next.
I love you, Tommy.
Welcome, Tommy, ladies and gentlemen, to the show.
Tommy's here for the conference. He's just here for the looks and the smiles, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all said next, for NXT, and I was like, oh,
holy
no.
fuck. That's what that means.
That's what that means.
Tommy got a South Park character too, Bo.
Well,
Tommy
Carbon?
got a South Park character.
Tommy got a South Park character.
Oh yeah, Tommy, something.
I'll send you the graphic so you can see it, Tommy.
When you've been on this show enough times, you get a South Park character. I'm working on it for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, look at yours. I'm sending you the picture now. I made sure she put a cowboy hat on for it.
Sweet.
Yeah. What's next on your list now that we've completely AWOL'd this conversation?
No, I mean it's fine.
That's my fault.
I want I want 1,000%, Sean. We'll make that happen. I don't know. I feel like, again, making fake, bringing people that don't belong on a show to make make your ratings not real. Yeah. It is what it is. Anywho, next is we've talked about most of it, but let's talk about Fastlane.
Okay.
All right. What was your match of the night, guys? Let's just jump to the chase. What was the best match at Fastlane? We all watched it. We were all sitting in the same room to watch it.
Seth and Nakamura.
Oh, for sure.
That was
Mine too.
good.
Yeah, I think the main event was my pick. Least favorite match of the night. AJ says Seth and Nakamura as well.
I don't know. There wasn't anything really terrible.
I know the guys over at Smack It Raw weren't happy with the way the women's match went on.
I mean, because
neither was I.
They said they were unhappy. They said Charlotte seemed too strong. She was OP for the match.
Listen.
They were saying that Charlotte seemed like she overpowered both women. Then it took both women to finish beating Charlotte, and Io was the one to get it. And I said they built Charlotte to be really powerful. They built a story where it took Io and Asuka both to win, and then Io had to take the advantage to get the win at the end. You see what I mean? There was a story being told around Charlotte being OP. There was a reason why she was OP.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like anytime Charlotte Flair is in a match, everybody wants to bitch about it. Charlotte's a beast. Of course it took 2 tiny little girls to overpower her. That makes sense.
Disagree, Sean. That would have been an absolute terrible case because she couldn't have won the title on the first night of work. And if she goes in and loses in the first match, man, that would talk about taking the wind out of her sails, my guy.
Now, with that, going off of what Sean said, not being in the match, But making an appearance after the match, I think that would have been okay.
I don't think that was a bad. That may have worked, but even then, like you still have a risk.
But if she's going to be on Raw, she needs to be going after Rhea. Like she could have shown up.
Hold on a second. We just got a follow from somebody named Abraham von Cameltoe. Abraham von Cameltoe, if you're still in the chat, please say hi. Please. What a name. Abraham von Cameltoe. I'm sorry, Al. It's your show, but Jesus, that's a name. As you were.
She should have shown up in Cody Rhodes' corner again for the tag title match. If they were going to bring her out, that's where she should have showed up.
Look at you tying in stories from other companies. Do it. You gotta. That's what we do when we win.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But back to what I think. I mean, like, Charlotte's going to overpower two girls that are half her size. Like, if they went into that match and Io and Asuka were easily beating the shit out of Charlotte, like, that would make it seem really unbelievable.
Sean, you're fired. There's not a chance we need that woman in WWE. I am not a fan of Brandy Rhodes in any capacity.
Remember that time that Brandy Rhodes tried to have a cooking show?
Oh, God. I don't even want to talk about it. Jade being with Cody would have made sense, but again, I think they need to pick and choose how they bring her out.
Yeah.
Oop.
Whoever she has a match with to start, it's going to be a banger.
It's going to be great.
I just really hope they don't throw her in a shitty bullshit tag team. Please don't.
True.
Like, because that's all they're doing with Charlotte right now is just putting her in. I mean, that's all they do with the women anyways, because that's how they get more women on the screen at a time. Like, oh, let's make a fucking tag team.
Self-bet in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Or let's make this a triple threat or a four-way or whatever the fuck. Like, we can't just do multiple women's matches. We have to put all the women in one match. Just one.
We just throw them all in one match just to get it out of the way.
Yep.
Make a battle royal every night.
Mm-hmm.
The 15-woman honorary get them on the card so nobody bitches the battle royal.
Hey, man, that's what AEW does.
Self-bet, it's good to see you, John. I hope you're doing well, Bubba. Thank you for stopping by on this Sunday evening.
My last thing is, are we done talking about Fastlane?
I mean, Seth and Nakamura was cool.
I'm surprised Seth won.
How was the Cena LA night? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think that's the match I took a nap on.
It is.
You whole ass fell asleep because we started Baby Sharking you and stuff again. We put on this really bomb ass like EDM remix of it, and we were like getting down, but it was fine. But no, it was good overall. Good, not great. It seems very on par with what WWE's been doing premium line of event wise for 2023.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst.
That's true. That's true. What's the last thing? What you got for us?
There was also a GCW show.
Oh, GCW, the art of war games, you say? I have to throw this out there, okay? One, Jamie Rose had never seen a GCW match. Like, he had seen a few. He said he had seen like 2 or 3 at this point. He had definitely never seen an art of war games. He was like raving by the end of it. And I think part of it was he just couldn't, like, you know, when somebody forces you to watch a train wreck? Like, that's how Jamie felt about it. He was like, by the end of it, though, he was like, can we watch more of these train wrecks? Like, is there more of this? Yes, Jamie, there's lots more. Bo, you got to see the first 2/3 of the cards. You left halfway through the match before the Art of War Games. I assume you and I will probably watch that match in the next 24 to 48 hours so you can see it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we will.
What did you think about the front half of the Art of War Games card, though, which you did see?
See, all people think is GCW is a train wreck. They have some pretty good technical matches. I'm not a big fan of their scrumble matches where they have like 5 or 6 people in them, because then it's just let me see how fast I can get my spot in and everything. Like Tony Devitt and was it
Alec Price.
Alex Price had a pretty damn good match that night.
Dude, Alec Price is killing it now. I've been preaching about the Beast from the East for a minute, but I think I've finally convinced Bo about it too. Like, Alec Price is him. He's the real deal.
He's one good look away.
Yes, he is. The right time, right person, right talent. Tommy, what'd you think about Deathmatch Wrestling?
I liked it. It's definitely a whole new scene compared to like the big brand wrestling.
Somebody who's watched WWE their whole life, if they were to watch a GCW show, they'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
What is this shit?
What is this shit?
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's kind of, Jamie had a couple of those moments last night. There was that one point where we thought the guy killed it. He was dead. So I like rewound it so I could record the spot. Bo, I'll send you that one too.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to send it to you right now and you can watch it and react live on air because it's ridiculous. Anything left on the GCW show, guys, before Al starts to wrap it up? It's a 55-second clip, Bo. So it'll take about a minute to watch it.
Okay. No, I got nothing else on GCW.
Okay. Now, what's next?
Yes, my Ryback moment.
And then there was a murder on the screen. I just sent it. It should be there any second.
Has everybody heard the whole thing about like Ryback is claiming that he has a stalker and all of this shit, and like the FBI like was like, he claims like the FBI was like refusing to find him. Do y'all remember this?
Yes.
Yes, but who in the fucking right mind would want to stalk that guy?
Well,
Oh my god.
I'm about to play it. I didn't even think about this. I can mute it and then just screenplay it for everybody so we can all see it.
Oh shit.
Finish what you were saying, Al. I'm sorry.
so I guess this was on Friday. He tweeted, January 18th is the return date for preliminary hearing for Brandon Chase Bob. So this is the guy that he's claiming stole money from him that was going to fix his issues with his social media and all this shit. He is charged with aggravated stalking. His bond was set at $50,000 and bail posted at 15%. After justice is served with this POS, we shut down Ringside News once and for all. Steve, you've been warned, and I'm going to fucking destroy you.
God damn.
All right.
He's spicy.
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 So I Googled the guy. He's not real.
What?
And just to clarify, when she says she Googled somebody, like she's a goddamn FBI agent.
Like, there's no arrest, nothing. Like, the only things that this guy's name, this name comes up in is people talking about Ryback saying that
he's been stalking him.
He's been stalking him.
So this is all for clout, basically?
No, Ryback's just, I think Ryback has taken one too many to the head.
And we're not talking in the Alexis Fox kind of way.
And maybe I know they can't diagnose CTE until somebody has passed, but like, he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I mean, his Twitter and his TikTok, primo comedy content. But like, I'm trying to decide like if it's all a work or if he's literally this crazy.
I think he's crazy. This is the
I missed
GCW
this.
clip I just sent Jax. This
I
poor
missed
guy.
this.
Here's your hot dog and your handshake.
Oh shit!
Ryback's crazy, and I think that goes without saying.
Is that guy alive?
Yeah, he was alive. All that for a hot dog. We just witnessed a murder, ladies and gentlemen. Ryback's crazy. I still think he's funny. I'm blocked on every social media except for TikTok, so that's my only access to him.
He has you blocked?
On everything.
Mm-hmm. And he won't let him, like, he'll pretty much go live with anybody on TikTok. And
the big guy won't let me Will Gray up in that box, though. He just won't. All right. Fuck it. I feel like we're at a good spot, guys. Tommy, you want to plug your socials?
Sure. Give me 2 seconds because I don't know my Instagram.
I'm
You guys-
almost on 1,000 there, Scouts. I'm almost there.
You guys can find me on Instagram at IamBubba14222. I also DJ with my dad on Twitch here and there. You can find me and him on Twitch from Tuesday to Friday to Saturday at Thorny22. We do DJ anything from house music to anything like that.
Don't ever play Freebird.
Won't play for your bird.
I'm going to need you to do that EDM version of Baby Shark.
Yeah.
I mean, we can find it.
Just Google dubstep Baby Shark.
Sounds good, AJ.
Oh, that's fine. We'll find it. Also catch me Saturday nights on the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack for boyfriend time.
When he doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah, that's true.
The Godfather stream is going to be one night this week, AJ. I'm going to get with Bo and Mike, and we're going to line it up on one night after the show's end. So it'll be one night, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday-ish, after trivia, after the boom, or after NXT on Tap. One of those nights this week we'll be doing it.
Also, I stream video games, y'all, so catch me on Twitch at IamThornyJr1422.
That's a name. Bo,
Yo.
plug your stuff.
You can find me here every Sunday for Botched Chair Shots. Tomorrow night, you can find me on Sorry for the Interruption with Shadow. You can find me Tuesday for Nerdy News at 4:20. Any other updates you need about me, follow me on Twitter at JaxBo2020.
Speaking of nerdy news, you weren't here yet. AJ says he's almost done with our Blind React trailer list for Tuesday.
I love Blind Reacts.
Yeah, he's got an entire playlist for Tuesday of for trailers and stuff. I have no idea what's on it. You and I will just be watching shit live, reacting to what he put on his playlist.
It's going to be a bunch of porn
Yeah.
to get you banned.
Al, what's got going on in your world?
I am on the hunt for a Jey Uso action figure. I have a Jimmy, thanks amazingly to the wonderful Katie Kinsey Bebe from the She League Showcase. But I need a Jey. Not an expensive one because I'm going to open it. If anybody has a Jey Uso or comes across a Jey Uso out in the wild, if you want to grab it and I will send you the money, I would prefer not to pay more than $20 for it. Because again, gonna take it out of the box. I don't care if it's an old version of him. Like, I just need a Jey Uso, like in any form. So if you happen to have one or come across one, slide into either my DMs or Will's DMs, and we will take care of that. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and the tweeters at justagirl918. I think that's it.
That's it. I'll make it quick. Join the Discord if you want to get a direct access to me, Jax, Al, the rest of the hosts and producers from River City Radio. And off the top, it's in the description. angrylemonade.com/botch and share shots if you want to cap some of that really sweet botch and share shots merch. Also in the description. Most importantly, if you have Amazon Prime, use that Amazon Prime gaming subscription. It's free. You have to do it every month, though. Make sure you use it here. Use it for the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. Give it to Creation World, Wrestling with the Truth, any of those guys. Just give it to somebody as long as Jeff Bezos doesn't give it back. No free shout-outs. Make sure you follow all my friends. Make sure you follow Wrestling with the Truth, Ted the Hillbilly Hill. Make sure you follow Creation World, World Championship Wrestling, the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack. Make sure you follow Off the Top Media. Follow all of my friends. The lifeblood of Rivet City Radio is the Patreon. Go subscribe to that at .com/Rivet City Radio. It's less than a cup of coffee a month. It's $5. It's really great. All the sweet content. Will the movie Strays is on Peacock. I loved that trailer. That was super cool. You remember that one, Jax? The one where it was the Will Ferrell movie with the animated dog.
The dogs.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to watch it sometime this week.
I think that'll be fun. I'm gonna watch Loki before Tuesday as well.
Okay.
Anything for the class, guys? No. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it.
He's doing the thing.
Just do it.
I'm gonna do the thing. You ready?
Go.
Doing the thing.
Guys, we close another episode of Botched and Chair Shots. Take a minute. Thank you for listening. Remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet. Like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. Leave a comment. Tell me how great I am or how beautiful Tommy looks tonight. I love him. Thank you for coming. Either way, it helps the algorithm. It helps find new listeners. If you're feeling generous to be one of the VIP people, head over to patreon.com and donate to the Rivet City Radio Podcast Network. You get some fantastic swag. We get some fantastic merch. It's a win-win for my boy Tommy, everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja Jaxbo, the boss bitch Al. I am the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.
That's what she said.